Hi, this is Ron Musselman from StateCollege.com. I'm here with Laura Nichols. We're covering the Jerry Sandusky trial at the courthouse in Bellefonte. Pretty crazy day the way this is day 3 today, and it started out with seemed like the defense finally made some inroads this morning. Could you talk about what happened today?
Sure. After 2 days where it seemed they were really quiet, to say the least, the defense really came out swinging. They used financial reasons against the alleged victim who testified this morning, trying to paint the picture of these kids that all band together to try and put blame on Jerry Sandusky.
Well, and there's also the bizarre testimony of Mike McCleary's dad, John, who couldn't remember his grand jury testimony. How can you not remember your grand jury testimony? It was a few months ago.
That was a really weird moment. In the courtroom atmosphere even got tense and confused. He was looking at the document that counsel for Sandusky showed him. Carl Rominger walked up, asked if he could present the document. He looked, Mr. McCleary looked at the document and said, "I don't remember being there." He asked where Dauphin County was. They told him Harrisburg. He had a vacant look. He had no idea what that could have been.
I mean, it was one of the more bizarre things that's happened so far. Of course, then the prosecution rallied this afternoon because they propped up the Bob Costas interview again, which in most people's mind was just a big albatross around Jerry Sandusky's neck. So how was that viewed in the courtroom?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, for maybe dramatic effect, the questions where Jerry Sandusky either paused or had to repeat them back to Bob Costas were replayed twice. So everyone could hear the pauses. They could hear him repeat the question. It was, hearing it again, a lot of people I don't think have heard it since the original airing. Hearing it fresh, I think, kind of was maybe not a victory lap for the prosecution, but definitely punched their ticket for the day. So
we have 3 days down. Judge Cleland says he thinks it's going to wrap up prosecution by Friday. It seems like it's moving pretty fast. Now, Joe Amendola is attorney for Sandusky. He could drag this thing out, and he could with his defense witnesses and that. I'm just wondering what's going to be in store for tomorrow. What do you think is going to proceed here in the next 2 days?
Well, tomorrow we will...
Tomorrow, of course, is Thursday.
Yeah, tomorrow being Thursday, we have the final Penn State janitor testimony. But his testimony is only based on what someone told him. So we have another sort of hearsay testimony tomorrow, but we should hear from the final 3 alleged victims.
We're talking about 5 of the 8 victims, alleged victims, have testified so far. What's been the most stunning thing you've seen so far?
I think that would have to be the range of emotion these men have shown. They all went through similar instances. I don't want to say the same. Everything they said that happened to them was different, but each one has had a different intense emotion. Some have been crying on the stand, not able to hold back tears, visibly shaking. Some have been quiet, seemed intimidated, scared almost. Others have been flat out angry.
It was a tough case for Joe Amendola to begin with. Carl Rominger didn't exactly have any shining moments. Cross-examining Mike McCleary on Tuesday. I'm just wondering, you think in this case, and it's still a long way to go yet, do you think that Amendola's really got it stacked against him?
I wouldn't count Joe Amendola out. Today he really showed he does know what he's doing, and he is going uphill right now. He's working against the prosecution's case, what they've prepared. He didn't know what they were going to... He only knew so much about what they were going to bring out. He still has his witnesses, his case to present. So I can't count him out yet. We are in day 3. It's been an intense 3 days, but we can't count him out.
Well, key thing, we heard from Jerry Sandusky in court today. Not quite like we expected to. We heard from Bob Costas. I believe if Jerry Sandusky takes the stand, they're pretty much admitting that they've lost the case. Do you think we'll see him?
After the Bob Costas interview, I would have to say no, unless they can coach him to the complete other side of the spectrum and get him to come out and say, I wanted to be a mentor. But given the fact that he's admitted so many times to even showering with these boys, I don't know how they can put him up on the stand and have an argument.
Well, that wraps up day 3 from the Bellefonte. We'll be back tomorrow with another report. For StateCollege.com, I'm Ron Musselman, editor-in-chief, along with Laura Nichols, the reporter.